Here are the 5 steps in the process that should help you find the right name for your company. To illustrate this process, I will tell you the story behind the name of my company, CorpoMax Inc. The first step is to find relevant keywords. First and foremost, you need to make a complete list of them. Keywords specific to your sector of activity, keywords specific to the services or products you will offer, keywords specific to the elements that will distinguish you from the competition, and keywords in the language of the markets you want to enter. In 2001, I decided to launch a company specializing in the creation of American companies throughout the United States. First, I drew up a list of keywords specific to this industry. Given my desire to offer services to French-speaking people as well as to English-speaking people, I also prepared a list of keywords in French. Finally, I found some keywords related to the distinctive elements I wanted to offer to my future clientele: advice, family business, listening, maximum, professional, quality, reliability, service, speed, and trust. The second step is to analyze the competition. Before choosing the name of your company, it is important to explore the competitive environment in which it will evolve. This allows you to discover the names of your future competitors and ensure that your company name will be distinctive. Analyzing does not mean copying. On the contrary, you must do everything possible to distinguish yourself from the competition. That is what Sir Richard Branson did when he founded Virgin Airlines. He chose this name brilliantly for his new company, allowing him to immediately distinguish himself from other airlines, whose names were always linked to their geographical origin: American Airlines, Air France, Air Canada, etc. In the case of CorpoMax, I analyzed the websites of more than 150 direct competitors, not to mention the countless law firms, certified public accountants, and tax experts across the United States. This allowed me to analyze their names and ensure that the name of my company would be distinctive. My credibility was at stake, not only in the eyes of my future customers, but also in the eyes of my future competitors. It would have been inappropriate and unperceived for my new company to be sued in court for choosing a name similar to that of a well-established company. Respect attracts respect. The third step is to use the tools. I repeat, take the time to discover all the tools at your disposal. Just like building a house, choosing your company name is not just a matter of minutes. You need to take the time to discover your tools and learn how to use them. Only then can you use them intelligently. In the case of CorpoMax, I used all the tools at my disposal: the Google search engine, the dictionaries, the rare social networks that existed at the time, the business registry of the state of Delaware, the ideal place to create an American company, the trademark registers in the United States, Canada, the European Community, and Switzerland, and the domain name registers, my favorite being GoDaddy. Next, I analyzed the keywords and played with them, visually and audibly. Finally, I wanted to find a name that could be easily pronounced in both English and French. The fourth step is to consult your family and friends. Once you have found the right company name, it is time to share with the people you trust: parents, friends, colleagues. Do not do it until you find the name. Do not present 10 names. At the end of the day, you will have to make a choice, not them. If you hesitate between 2 names only, you can then ask for their opinion. But be careful. Remember the following 3 rules. Rule number 1. Only consult people who are absolutely trustworthy, whether or not they are part of your family or circle of friends. Rule number 2. Analyze all of their comments and suggestions quietly, without taking an immediate decision. When it comes to finding the right name for your company, time is often your best ally. Rule number 3. Believe deeply in the power of your subconscious. It is often a neglected or misunderstood tool. It is free, it works 24 hours a day, and it is particularly powerful during your sleep. In the case of CorpoMax, I consulted my immediate family and 2 close friends, to whom I submitted only the current name of my company. As you may have guessed, CorpoMax is a union of corpo for corporation and max for maximum. The 5th and final step is to make a decision. Finally, decide. Make a decision. Not easy, but it has to be. Analyze, but get it done. In English, we say analysis paralysis. Indeed, too much analysis paralyzes. You will not be able to please everyone. Anyway, that is not your goal. In the end, you make the decision, no one else. Make your decision without undue influence. Ultimately, it is you, your customers, your employees, and your professional environment that will live with your company name, not your family, friends, or colleagues. In the case of CorpoMax, I chose this name after having analyzed and checked everything. Length of name? Okay, because only 3 syllables. Spelling of name? Okay, because easy to write. Pronunciation of name? Okay, for both clienteles. Meaning of name? Okay, because it's a made-up word. Sound of name? Okay, in both languages. Appearance of name? Okay for the company name and domain name. And originality of name? Okay, because distinctive for my competitors' names. 2 weeks after starting the research process, I made my decision. Today, almost 20 years later, I still find my company name just as beautiful as ever. Finally, here are 3 points you should remember. Point 1. Live passionately looking for the name of your company. This is a crucial step in its establishment and an exciting time in your professional life. Point 2. Be absolutely discreet. Do not share your company name and domain name ideas on the web. Stay discreet in public places, restaurants, waiting rooms, etc. Good ideas can be stolen anywhere by anyone. Point 3. In 1972, 2 brothers living in New Jersey launched a modest sandwich restaurant called the Sub Shop. In 1975, the restaurant's accountant bought it. He thought the restaurant's name was not distinctive, so he organized a contest in the community to see who could come up with a new name. After receiving more than 10,000 proposals, he chose Port of Subs. At the time, this type of contest was probably an interesting idea because the internet did not exist. Today, the same contest would undoubtedly attract several cyber squatters, preventing the restaurant from easily registering its domain name.